Have you ever wanted to learn how to play tennis but didn't know where to start? Hi, I'm Brady Foster, and I did my senior project on tennis. For my paper, I focused on three main points: sound fundamentals, biomechanics, and consistent drills. Merriam-Webster's dictionary describes tennis as tennis is an indoor or outdoor game that is played with rackets and an elastic ball by two players or pairs of players on a level court divided by a low net. Sound fundamentals. Sound fundamentals are the basic rules and techniques needed to play the sport. There are many rules in tennis that differ from other sports. Part of understanding the rules is to know the different areas of the court and what they mean, as well as the different strokes that are used when playing. This is the tennis court. These top two areas are called the alleys. They're only used in doubles, and the top line and the bottom line are called the double sidelines. And then the far right and the far left line are called the baseline. That's where you'll serve and stand most of the time. And then these four boxes in the middle are called the service boxes. This is where, when you serve, the ball's supposed to land in that area. The rules: you can only have two serves per point. The ball can only bounce once per side. If the ball is hit during a serve, it is counted as one of the two serves, no matter where it lands. If the player's foot crosses the line during a serve, the serve is lost and they move to their second serve. If both serves are lost, then the point is deferred to the opposing player. If during the serve the ball touches the net, then bounces into the opposing player's service box, the point is redone without any consequences. I didn't talk about scoring because it wasn't applied, and you don't really need to know about it until later. There are three main types of strokes: the forehand, the backhand, and the volley. With your forehand, you have your dominant hand and you face to the side with your dominant hand and you swing low to high. And then same as the backhand, but you have both hands and you swing low to high. And then for volley, you just stick your racket out and you just punch it. Biomechanics. Biomechanics are the movements and muscles used when playing tennis. Elliot B. from the British Journal of Sports Medicine says, "Success in tennis is greatly affected by the technique a player uses, and biomechanics play an integral role in stroke production. All strokes have a fundamental mechanical structure, and sport injuries primarily have a mechanical cause." Staying active. Tennis is an active sport that utilizes many different muscles. It is important to exercise regularly in order to maintain the strength and endurance for needed tennis matches. Drills. Drills can be a great way to learn the fundamentals, develop proper technique, improve consistency, build confidence, and accelerate learning, says 12 Essential Tennis Drills. Drills can help make the time spent practicing with more enjoyable while learning new techniques. The importance of practice. Keith Hartman, the Thunder Ridge coach, states that tennis is a sport that without consistent practice, players will lose their skills. Types of drills. The purpose of drills is to help players gain confidence in their ability to play. Through writing this paper and doing the research on tennis, it helped me understand more of what it takes in order to teach beginning players the stuff they need. The research helped me know where to start in the teaching process. I also learned that every person learns differently and depending on his age and personality. Having this knowledge also helped me to know what I needed to work on for my project of teaching a tennis clinic to young beginners. My project. Starting Monday, July 6th, and then Wednesday, July 8th, 9th, and 10th, I was able to hold a tennis clinic for beginning players. After doing the research for my paper, I was excited to use the information to teach the kids. Monday, July 6th. I did this day of clinic for one girl because she was unable to make it to one of the other days but didn't want to be behind in the lesson. This was her first day ever holding a tennis racket or learning anything about it. To start, I helped her understand some of the fundamentals of tennis. We went over the lines on the tennis court. Once she had an understanding of the different areas of the court, we started working on the basics of proper grip and racket, and on the racket, and getting used to holding the racket and feeling the weight in her hand. Towards the end, I had her run a little. It made me excited when I heard her ask for her mom for a tennis racket for her birthday. Wednesday, July 8th. On Wednesday, I taught clinics from 9 to 12 with 16 kids in total. There were 3 one-hour-long clinics that were separated by age. 7 to 8-year-olds started at 9 and ended at 10. Next were 9 to 10-year-olds that started directly after and finished at 11. Finally, 11 and older played until 12. For each clinic, I taught the basic motions and movements of forehands and backhands. I helped them understand the areas of the court so they would be able to line up wherever I told them for specific drills in the future. I then tossed them balls until they could consistently hit the ball while using the proper form. By the end of the clinic, most of the kids did not want to stop playing. Thursday, July 9th. On Thursday, I started the kids off with running and stretching to make sure there wouldn't be any risk of injury. I then made sure that they remembered the parts of the court because they will need to know this whenever they play tennis. I then tossed them balls to help warm up their forehands and backhands. After that, I taught them how to volley. After they got the hang of volleys, we played a game called Foursquare. This drill requires them to use whichever stroke was needed to hit the ball to another player. This game helped them experience trying to hit the ball back and forth without them having to play an actual match. Friday, July 10th. On Friday, I made sure that they were getting the hang of their forehands, backhands, and volleys. After they picked up the balls, I taught them how to serve the ball. I didn't focus too much on serves because it is more difficult than other techniques. I then continued to run some of the same drills as the other 2 days. After they were done with those drills, I let the kids hit the water balloons with their rackets and have water pops. This project was very enjoyable for me. I had a lot of fun getting to know each of the kids and being able to share with them something that has become fun for me for so many years. I learned through this project that each kid learns in many different ways, and sometimes that what works for one person won't work for another. I also learned how to teach tennis and adapt it to kids' needs as they transition through the techniques needed. Overall, I learned many valuable lessons from doing this project in paper. I have come to realize that the amount of effort you put into something is how much you will take away from the experience. I feel that because of the time I put into my project and paper, I was able to improve my own understanding of the basics that I've researched and taught. Tennis is a sport that I plan on playing my entire life, and through this experience I realized how I can help others to find the same enjoyment that I have. I loved seeing the kids get excited when they hit the ball correctly and it went to where they wanted it to go. I have also realized that even though I may not play tennis as a career in my future, I can teach on the side and continue to play for many years to come. Thank you. Any questions?
I have a question.
What?
How do you compare a tennis racket and a samurai sword?
They can both kill their
You don't
opponent.
use a samurai sword because it cuts the balls in half.
Okay.